And crunch talks on a possible deal to avert a Greek debt default will continue in Brussels on Wednesday. EU finance ministers are to meet to assess the latest proposals offered by Athens to its international creditors to secure more loans. Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras will also hold meetings in Brussels with the leaders of the country's creditors. EU Commissioner for Economic Affairs Pierre Moscovici has said he's convinced that Greece's new proposals, including phasing out early retirement, will lead to an agreement without a deal. Greece would default on its debt next Tuesday. That's the deadline for Athens to repay a €1.6 billion loan to the International Monetary Fund. And indignant pensioners have rallied in the Greek capital Athens, and there are thousands a day after a meeting of EU finance ministers and leaders saw the country willing to agree to a cash for reforms deal. Greece's leftist government's proposal would see pensions and wages axed again after 5 years of relentless austerity cuts. Press TV's Konstantin Venizelos has more in this report.
In the latest chapter of crunch talks between Greece's leftist government and the country's lenders, Syria introduced a reforms package worth €8 billion, including a 1.5% cut in public sector wages and a 6% cut in pensions. These pensioners say the Syria leftists continue to campaign avoiding a direct reduction in pensions and wages, yet proposing to raise insurance and healthcare contributions in both wages and pensions is an explicit pro-austerity reduction by proxy, effectively axing their income.
We have come hundreds of miles from northern Greece to protest against what looks like an upcoming third memorandum by Syria, reducing our pensions again. This can't get any worse, but it will get worse. Some of us use our tiny pensions to support our unemployed adult siblings.
The protesters say Syria will have a hard time passing the upcoming compromise in parliament, and they are not wrong. Up to 40 Syria lawmakers have expressed explicit dissatisfaction with the government's reforms package, while lawmakers from the Independent Greeks Party, Syriza's junior coalition partner, say they would even go as far as opting out of the coalition against the likely agreement.
They are taking away our dignity again. We can't afford our pharmaceuticals, and the healthcare sector is grappling in disarray. Syriza has little time left to show strength and choose a collision course against all these anti-social Troikan demands.
Half of Greece's 2.5 million retirees live on less than €700 per month. This amount is below the EU poverty line average. Over the last 5 years of austerity policies, pensions were cut from between 40 to 60%. Greece's proposal to extend the bailout agreement might have helped avert a Grexit scenario, but is struggling to find consensus among pensioners as well as Syriza hardliners. A potential new memorandum continues to widen the divide between the leftist government, the in-party anti-austerity factions and workers at large. Konstantin Venizelos, Press TV Athens.